Hello, aspiring residents and colleagues. Welcome to a game-changing episode where we are setting the record straight on the EB-2 NIW. It's a pathway to US residency where it is often misunderstood, leading to a lot of hesitations and missed opportunities. Today, we say no more tweet misinformation. We are here to bust 5 myths about this visa category, debunking all of the misconceptions out there that might be holding you back from realizing your American dream. Stay tuned because this episode could be the turning point in your journey to the US permanent residency. Let's embark on this myth-busting journey together and unlock the doors to your future in the US. All right, everyone, I'm really excited and ready to dig into the common misconceptions. But first, let me help you with a high level understanding of what this visa category is all about. So today we're talking about the EB-2 NIW. And the EB stands for employment base. So basically in the US, there are different routes to securing a permanent residency. I know a lot of people know about the marriage and there's also employment base. So with this visa category, there is a component of employment attached to it. But the uniqueness of the EB-2 NIW is that the USCIS actually waives off two major requirements for the employment-based category of securing a permanent residency. The first is the labor certification, which basically means that the labor certification is actually a step in the migration process. What the USCIS hopes to achieve this with is the fact that it is trying to protect its own people, meaning the citizens in the US, as well as the US market as a whole, from the influx of foreign people basically taking over citizens' job. And so if you get an approved labor certification, what it means is you have been able to demonstrate that your expertise is significantly above and beyond an ordinary person who would be occupying the same position as you are. This is a very huge advantage for anybody trying to use this route because basically that is taken off. That step is taken off. And the second piece is no job offer. So basically, this visa category does not require you to have a job. So in recap, there are two major requirements that have been waived off for the EB-2 NIW. The first is the labor certification, and the second is the job offer, which is a very huge blessing for anyone trying to use this route to secure the permanent residency. The caveat here is that these labor certification and job offer will be waived for you as long as you're able to defend or you're able to provide or show that your work or your proposed endeavor substantially benefits the US. So this visa category is actually designed for professionals with exceptional abilities or advanced degree. So when you read on the USCIS website, it actually defines the requirements for getting approved using this route. And basically there are two major requirements, having an advanced degree as well as demonstrating exceptional ability. Unlike the other visa categories, the EB-2 NIW allows for a degree of flexibility and self-petitioning. What that means is you don't need your company to apply for this visa for you. You can actually do it by yourself. That is why we call it self-petitioning. You can petition the USCIS for permanent residency by yourself. And this makes it one of the best options out there for anyone who wants to secure his or her permanent residency in the US. With that said, let us dig into the misconceptions. Let's burst out our first myth. There is a common misconception out there that the EB-2 NIW is exclusively for PhD holders. In reality, this visa category is actually open to all variety of professionals and all level of education. Of course, having a PhD can actually bolster your application, but it is not a hard and fast rule. I got my approval with master's degree. That is how come I know this is a common misconception out there. When you read on the website, the requirements, as I had mentioned earlier, are two: advanced degree and exceptional abilities. The USCIS defines advanced degree as people having master's or PhD, and people with bachelor's with 5 years of experience can also use this route. So that means it is not exclusively for PhD students. What is important here is your ability to demonstrate that your expertise or your work or proposed endeavor will significantly benefit the US in your area of field. Another misinformation out there is Even with those with PhD or in the process of securing their PhD, people have a common misconception you have to wait till you are done with your PhD before you can actually petition for this NIW. And I'm here to tell you this is also a very wrong mindset or information out there. You don't have to wait to finish your PhD in order to petition. I know friends and I have friends, very close friends of mine, who actually petitioned when they were in their first semester in their PhD program and they got approved, but they are still working in their PhD program. That depends on them. But that is to say, you don't have to finish your PhD. Whatever level you are in, start putting your application in place, building your case to petition for yourself. Do not wait to finish school. I mean, this is a choice. This is an option you have. You can either wait or you can either start now. But I always tell people time is a great factor when it comes to any international or foreign person. Start now whilst you are in school as a PhD student. Moving on to our next myth. People also have it out there you need a lot of publications in top tier journals. I don't know where they got that from, to be honest with you, but it is a common belief, and a hefty portfolio of research papers is a prerequisite. That is the common knowledge. You have to have a lot of publications in top tier journals. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to have a lot of publications, and even in top tier journals. A few influential publications have significant have impact to your application than a lot. I have a lot of friends who actually went through this route with less publications, not even in top tier journals. And I can use myself for example. I had very few publications and not in any top tier journals. So that's to say, the common misconception out there about having tons of publications and in those good and best top journals, it is not a prerequisite. It is nice to have these, but it is not something that you have to be able to demonstrate. As long as you have few works out there in any open source environment that people can have access to your work, people can read your work, or even people can cite your work, it is enough. The third myth is about citations, that you have to have a lot of citations before you are able to use this route to secure permanent residency. I know a lot of the immigration friends, they tell people you have to have a little more citation before they can take on your case. But again, I'm here to tell you, this is good to have, but it is not a hard and fast rule. Whatever numbers of citations you have, it is enough. Start your process to apply for your permanent residency. And I can always use my case as an example with somebody with master's degree. I only had 3 publications on ResearchGate and I had 8 citations only. Out of these, 2 were self-cited. So basically I had 6 citations, but I was able to use this route to secure my permanent residency. What that means is you don't have to wait to have many citations. Take this step now. Now, the fourth one has to do with people studying STEM related programs are the only people that qualifies for this immigration route. It's sometimes I hear this and I just think out loud, like how do people or how did people get this kind of information? This visa program is open to a broad range of fields. So when you read on the USCIS website, it talks about people in the arts, people in the social sciences, and people in humanities. Actually, what matters is not what you actually are doing or your field, but actually the impact your work or your proposed work is going to have on a country. If you can prove that your expertise or your endeavors significantly benefit the US, regardless of your field, you would definitely have a very strong or maybe a strong candidate for the EB-2 NIW. And a typical example is a friend of mine who did sociology got approved for the EB-2 NIW. That to say, it is also a common misconception out there that only people studying STEM-related programs can apply. That is false. Whatever field of study you are doing, as long as you're able to justify or provide a case that whatever you are doing will significantly benefit the US, or whatever work you are currently doing significantly benefit the US, you have a strong case to use this route to secure a permanent residency. The last one has to do with full-time job. As we had already mentioned when I was trying to explain the high-level understanding of this visa category, job offer is waived off, right? The job offer is waived off. So this visa, the uniqueness of this visa is the USCIS, in order to retain people with exceptional abilities, specifically foreign people with exceptional abilities, waives off this job offer. So that means you don't have to have a full-time job to be able to petition for the EB-2 NIW. Again, if you have a full-time job, it is good, but it is not a requirement. I say this because there are a lot of people doing their PhD programs who have gotten approval for the EB-2. And I know people with master's degree who did not have a job but got the approval. So that is to say, do not wait to have full-time jobs. And that actually boils down to the fact that most PhD students are waiting to finish school before they do it. That way they can have a job, and then they can use the job plus whatever they are studying to actually petition. But that is a misconception. You don't have to have a job in order to use this route to secure your permanent residency. And there you go, folks. 5 common myths about the EB-2 NIW thoroughly debunked. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to navigating the waters of the US permanent residency process. Don't let misconceptions deter you from pursuing your dreams. The EB-2 NIW could be your gateway to a flourishing future in the US. And I know you are now better equipped to explore this option with confidence and clarity. If you found this video enlightening, please give it a thumbs up, share with your peers and people who think would benefit from watching this video. And also subscribe for more insightful content. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Stay informed, stay motivated, and take charge of your future. Until next time, keep dreaming big and take the actions to make this dream a reality. Goodbye and good luck.